down. Because from here to here. Now, if you're using this concept that I'm talking about, when I'm here, it doesn't really leave. It uses this. If you push here, this comes here. See, you push here, then it comes to here. Because between here and she pushes here, I just have to sink my elbow, and I'm already back to here. Now I'm here, I just have to turn like this. So that's really the maneuvering inside the body position. So you don't need to really break continuity, right? So when you're here, that's the movement, but what is it when you turn? You see how the action is? It sticks to you. It stays, right? So when I'm here, you see it stays. You press, it disappears. But I have to protect myself here because the elbow is going to come here. Now, you see what I did with the shoulder, right? Here. He comes with the elbow. I use my shoulder. Because this is what I'm using to absorb that, right? Because I'm here, I'm not using this. Because if I stiffen here or try to get away, then you already tied this hand up. But if I'm here and I'm here, I have, so that because this is right, so between this and so if he's pressing here, right? Nice thing, it's disappeared. It's just gone. So I go right. So that's why we do this. Lift, sink. That's the cow. Right? That's why we're here. We're here. Right? That's hollowing, hom, right? Roll, open, turn, roll. Because this area is only a movement. It's not become part of your sensitivity. You know, we know sensitivity here because we touch all the time. We build sensitivity here, but then when you move up the arm, the sensitivity becomes more heightened because the closer it gets to your body, the more it has to be responding to forces. But if the body's rigid, it can't deal with force because it doesn't have reaction. So the body has to become more intelligent, more astute. But if it comes from this, so we have all these things in all the different styles. It's just that can we understand it? You know, when we elbow and we turn, right, and we turn, and we turn, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of these are movements that are bigger. That's all. But when you cover, when you cut, and you trap, and you sink, and you lift, and you chop. They're all movements we already know, but we just haven't programmed it in a small circles. So when we're here, keep the spine vertical and get it from the legs. Yeah. Yeah. So the backward, you come here, sink. Because you feel, see when we say we cross bridge here, right, just like this, right? When I sink, I just drop, push, right, push. See, I gather here, and then it comes back again. So this is gathering. Because on a physical level, this is gathering, right? I go like this. On a physical level, this is gathering. I do this, I don't have it anymore. So I go like this. That's broken. When I'm like this, then I'm already set up. Yeah, so that gives you, it saves one step. Breaks, gives you some continuity. Just like in this movement, right? In the Fuhak, we have this, right? It's called Han Kyo, right? Han, right? So in Yehimo, we have circle like this, 1, 2, 1, 2. Because you have 1, 2, 1, 2. Because horizontal elbow, right? So if you have this, and this, then you have a continuous movement. If I'm here and I turn to there, you go from this to this to this to this to this. So those are the basic motions that we have. So we have to realize if your body's here or your body's here, you turn, sink, turn. They're all actions that we have built within the different vertical, horizontal. So this is the kwanglet, the circle. This is full circle. This is half circle, right? This is when you're here and I shift and I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, here, and here. Those are transitions. Those are going to the corners. So we, build that motion, and then you have, right? So you're here, right? You're 1. So all it is this. So just like lower hoop, upper hoop, palm out, palm in. See, that's how we exchange from one movement to the next. Sink the elbow, relax the shoulder, lift the elbow, palm out, palm in, straight, sink, thrust. Yeah. So, so this is so you're using your forearm. Yeah. So when you're here, so have it like this, because now you're using your forearm. Because when I'm hands, then this comes down and this here. Or I turn like this. So when you turn like this, then when we're turning like this, then it's like this. See? So it's just basically sink the elbow, relax the shoulder. Yes, water form, you're here. This is a water form, right? You're here. This one's a little more vertical, because this is also, because from horizontal to vertical, you have to oblique. So while I'm here, if I change my body, just like in single whip, I hold the ball horizontal. But when I slant, my body is doing this. I don't really go from here to here. I have to go from here to here. So you see this open, right? And then it closes. That's a dimensional change, right? When the body goes out and then it comes in, you can see if his hand is pushing here and I turn, it changes the direction. If I go from here and I use this, you can see that's force against force. When I'm here and I'm like this and I do this, I change my position because I came in. And then it took my position of strength to a transitional phase, which neutralized the force, and then I opened it back up. So that transition from here to here. So between here, 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 is a constant expansion, contraction, sinking, and turning. Those are sort of body mechanics, but it's also strategy, right? So when we're doing the hold the ball and we shift, we have that. When we shift, we also have this, and then that. See? So between this and this, I created a force here. So what's that position? It's a triangle, right? If I'm like this, and you put your shoulder here, right? And I go like this, now you feel the force one from here, right? That's there, right? So when you go like this, and then this doesn't take any strength. See? So that's the shoulder stroke. So when you're here, 1, right? And you go like this. Then the shoulder projected forward. Right? Now you can bump. The shoulder becomes a strike. Right? So it's a function of your lean and this. So if your hand goes like this, then your strength over here. Right? Just point down. It's here. So you point down, then you turn, then you like this, and then you open. That's slant diagonally. That's diagonal flying. Right? So, but when you do it, it's like this. Right? So there's a tear, a slant. So that's how we use our body to create the different directions of force. So while we do all these movements, we have to understand where those movements are generated. When we're here, this vertical, when we're here, if we're here and we're here, if we turn like this, we're here. Right? If we switch the hands, one goes high, one goes low, it's there. Open and close. So these are the geometry of position. So that's why when we go through the forms, we have to do it slowly to identify, we're here, 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 what that is. And then how that gets to there, how that gets to there, how that gets to there, here, and here. When we're here, 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 and there. Then we're 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So while we have the pattern, we have to get the body to become part of that action. So we have to connect the hollowing, the expanding, the turning and sinking of double. So instead of thinking of this, sink it and close here so it comes together. Right? Because we're here, and then we're going to turn to here. Or go from here. From here, turn to here. And then this is exactly what we've been doing, right? Just that technique. So Yit-Hee-Kun is really building that body mechanics from here to here, here to here. 1, 2, 1, 2. The body will eventually turn, pick it up. So the preciseness of the center line. Yeah. Yeah. So try that form again. Ready? Plamona. Ready? Begin. Slow. Then go. Yeah. So, the power is from the legs. So you have to, when you take your step, you have to relax into the stance, and then it projects forward or lifts. But at the same time, your feet have to be relaxed, right? So, the Qigong used to be fanaticism. He was a fanatic about Fat Yi Hui, Fat Yi Hui. Fat Yi Hui is the power. So it's always the Qi Din Goi Gyat Fat Yi Hui, Fat Yi Hui. That's in the Tai Chi classics. Fat Yi Hui means you gotta gather it from the legs. Fat is the release through the legs. Even when you sink and you rise, that's already Fat Yihui. So when we learn this and this, that's what that is, the sink, Qim, right? And then when you lift, and you sink, that's building Yihui. When we do this, what should you feel when you do this, right? Because it's not tangible, right? You should feel, just to give you an idea, when you practice it, right? When your hand goes down, you should lift your legs, or right? Don't just go up and down. So when your hand starts to press, you feel your legs expand. If you do it on a physical level, so when you practice it, then you have so when you sink, your hand will go up. When you press down, it lifts your body. So think of it as you go in between a couple of parallel bars and you push up, your arms straighten, your legs will go up too. So if you just pick yourself up and let your legs hang, you would just straighten out, right? You wouldn't have your legs bent when you go up. So that's the action, but it's very hard to build as a action, because when you press, you can think of your legs lifting, or you can think of your folding and then pressing. So if you have that action, then when you hold my hand and I go like this is what's going to happen. My arm wants to press down as my legs go up. So I have strength here. If you lift, my hands want to give away, and then I go around again. So if I come down, I'm pressing. When I come like this, I want to go underneath, you don't feel the resistance. So that's what upper-lower coordination is. Because when you chun like this, you can't, this is physical. But if I go like this, I'm yielding. So if I'm here, I'm yielding here. So if I go like this, then I meet strength. If I go like this, I avoid the strength. And I change the direction not to meet that strength. But when you do this, that's what your movement is developing. So even though we have chun, we have cloud hands, we have upper lower, when you blend the movements, even like the exercise that we do for the Yihim one, you're sun, you're turning, and then when you fold, now your body is actually moving in an integrated way without resistance to force, because you're always trying to make that space. Yeah, so that's where the waist movement drives. Because when I'm here, it's just turning to here, and then when I'm here, so cloud hands is like that. This chun is like that. So everything that supports each other. Cloud hands, when we do the drills, we turn like this. Depends on how you do. Now if I add this component of this to here, so this is coming like this, right? So so everything is pivotal. You have to imagine your motion as being pivotal. So you have to pass through your center, right? So when you pass through your center, right, when you come in, when you chun, right, when you chun, this action is the most important part, because you're like this. See, when you press here, you see how far it goes? If I go like this, if I compromise it, then I'm still not there. See, so when I'm here. So that's why this is so essential. If you get this as part of the movement, then your flexibility in your back is going to be more. And the other thing is, you have more leeway, because now you can tie your waist into it. So when you chun, you have to come right through there, right? That's the position. So you have strength here, but here you just turn. So when we're here, come back, right? You just bring that shoulder over as you turn. So when you're here, And then when you go down, the body goes down, then you go up. So the creating the strength and weaknesses of your position has to do how you manipulate your skeletal structure in the upper body, your torso. So when you chun like this and you turn, this turning action created this, and then allows me to do this. So there's a couple of important positions. So if you look and you chun, so you see how much I turn. You see the body comes to here. Right? Yeah. So you look in the mirror, you see? 1, right? 2. Then this hand can come through. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So this is training your waist. We know the hand movement, but it's not connected to the body. Yeah. So when you chun, and then I'm here, you can see once I chun here, right, and I'm here, you don't feel that I'm any resistance here, because I don't need to do anything but till I get to here, right? So if I'm here and I turn to here, now this hand will slip inside there, right? Because it's already there. So when I'm here, so that's twisting your body. You have to think of your body as twisting like you're turning a towel. You know, Chen style use that same concept. When you twist and you twist, you're wringing out a towel, like you're taking as much water out as you can. So your body is new. So this is working to, because everything that we do is a motor skill. Every motor skill, so we'll take it to the torso. The back and here, the sides of your torso, not very, cooperative, right? Doesn't know really how to move. So you have to practice and understand how to move. Then you start to turn your body, and your body becomes much more, it gets stronger, but much more flexible, and, the motor skill starts to develop, and it comes from here. Then once you integrate the body, then the hand, these actually have no strength hardly at all, because all you're doing is twisting. And then your body will become, adaptable to any of these positions. So that's a closing, an opening, rising, sinking. That's all. You're folding your joints. So that's, that's chun kyo. So while we do it like this, first stage of movement, then you try to entwine it more, then you take it to the sides. Yeah. So you have your center line, you have your corner, 45 degree, and then you have your direct to the side. So when you chun here, right, you do 2, 1, turn, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you take it to that side, and then focus on freeing up this. Right. This area is very weak on a lot of people. That's where you injure your lower lumbar area, because those muscles don't really twist. So you work it, then you really work your spine. Yeah. So if you build that mechanism into your movements, then when you do this, then your body will have the twisting. So when we're here and we twist, so when you're here and you go like this, you see how this is very strong structurally, but you learned it as a motion here. So people that do, just iron wire foam doesn't have these body positions, because it's all out here. Right? So when you do this and you're twisting, and then you're here, and you're down here. So the body actually is much more compatible with the movements in the iron wire form. I mean, even, great grandmaster, he said, when you do the form, yo, then yo, right? But they don't tell you how to do it. Like, then when you breathe, it said it's like breathing from your stomach. So that's just, they use that so people know that the abdominal area expands and contracts, goes up and it goes down, because that's how you breathe, diaphragmatic breathing. So you have this control. But then when you're twisting, your body will go structurally to these positions because it's already built it into your movement. So when you're here,